I'm just doing a weekly update to me electric Loco Build. I said I'd do regular updates whenever I could. We've had a pretty bad week with snow this last week, and it's been really cold in workshop and garage, and I've not really had a lot of time beginning at week to really do anything. But I've got stuck in this last few days, and as you can see, I've made a start at bodywork now. And in my last video I told you I'd decided on a shape of my body which I was going to do, and this is called a Plymouth, and that's what I've decided on basing it on that. And as you can see, I've got quite a bit done, considering I ain't had a lot of time with it being cold. But I'll just pick camera up and I'll take you around bits that I've done. So I've got this front and bonnet made, and I'll explain to you how I did that. And then I've been working today on cab at back, and it's been a bit of a tight squeeze really, because I'm trying to get two batteries in it, and as you can see, one of the batteries is sticking through into cab. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make, this is my control box here. Where battery comes up to, I'm going to make a bit of a dashboard to put all my controls on. So this will all be filled in eventually, up as far as batteries. And then with bit of cab that I'm left with, I've got my control panel to go in, my sound module, my horn, what else is the my relays, and something else. Oh, my battery state, I don't know what it's called, my battery indicator to tell it state at batteries. Now in my last video I shown you that I'd bought two batteries. Now you don't have to buy two batteries, it's just that I thought while I were doing it I'd just make room for two batteries. You don't have to have two, it'll just last twice as long, that's all, because it's not a 24 volt Loco, it's going to be a 12 volt, but I'm just going to have two batteries on to use. And where I'm up to at the moment, I've just about finished cab, I've got inside dashboard to do, and then I'm going to be working on this front radiator here, and that'll be my next job. And I'll just take it to pieces and show you inside it. Oh, I'm gonna put camera down because it'll be steadier. Yeah, so it were a bit of a tight squeeze to get my batteries in. They're really snug fit, and the reason for that is I were basing my bonnet, which I've made here, I were basing it all around this bonnet, and as you can see it's shaped, it's got a shape on it like a taper on it here, and I didn't want to go away from that shape, and I'll tell you how I got that shape in a minute. Yeah, so my bonnet here, this is where I based all my sizes on really, and I had a bit of a length of this aluminium profile here, and I got it from a firm that does, now what do they do, conversions, lorry conversions and truck conversions, and I picked this bit of profile up from them. So what I've done, I've cut two lengths off, and I've took a little skim off each side on this top face here to give me that angle like that. No, I've took it off that side, sorry, that bottom face, just to tilt it to give me that angle, and then I've loomy welded all the way down that seam there, and that's how I've got that shape, that profile there that looks like a bonnet. And so I've had to base my sizes around that, basically around this bonnet really, and that's how I've come to get all my sizes, and my batteries just fit in that distance there. So that's my bonnet, which I've loomy welded together, and my next job is to go onto the radiator, and I'm using the same profile, and I'm going to add a piece in the middle where filler cap will go to get me that shape there, and that's going to go on front with radiator like that. So basically that's where I'm up to now. All this bending of this aluminium, I've got no bending equipment to get these bends and everything. What I've done, I'll spin the camera around. On my bench here, I've just got this steel plate here, and I put another steel plate on top like this. I'm very limited for space at the moment, and that's how I've bent all my aluminium, just by clamping it to the bench on these steel plates, and using a bit of brute force with nylon faced hammer or copper faced hammer. So that's how I've done my bending. And my next job then is to do, like I said, do that radiator, and then I'm going to move on to dashboard. I'm moving into dashboard here. I've got my battery indicator to find a space for. I've got two relays. I've got this horn to fit in. I'm not sure where I'm going to fit that yet. I've got to work everything out when I've got my bulkhead on my dashboard done. Couple of relays, one for horn and one for sound unit, and my sound unit is on order. That's a module that's got to fit inside here as well. Now I wasn't going to put sound on it, but like I said in my previous videos, I'm making this on a budget build, and everything I've used up to now, it's unused items in my workshop or scrap items, and I've just joined everything together. This cab's been loomy welded together, and what I'm going to do, on the seam there, I've got this trim here which I'm bending. It's got a curved profile, and I'm going to put this trim on here to cover that seam up like that. So that's another job I've got to do. So yeah, I'm progressing. Just going to put camera down because I'm carrying camera. Yeah, before I put camera down, I'll just show you how tight these batteries are. Yeah, just managed to get them in with size of my bonnet, which I've made, and it's just slightly sticking through into the cab there. And then I've just thought I'd tell you this. I am going to do a bit of an alteration to this step here. I'm not quite happy with the scale of this step, and I'm going to cut it down to that mark on it, so it's level with me bulkhead plates here, because I don't think it looks well. That's how it is on picture I'm working to, I've got no drawings and I'm just working to that picture, and I think I'm going to cut that step down to there. I think it'll look better with that cut down. And then everything underneath's done now. Everything's working fine. It's all been freed up and oiled up and running, and yeah, so that's where I'm up to then, and I'll continue, and perhaps in another week give you another update, and weather permitting and time permitting, it should be looking somewhere like nearly finished. And I don't think I'm going to paint it being winter time now. I'm just going to give it like a brushed finish on aluminium, just to, and leave it in its aluminium's raw state for the moment, and in summer I may paint it up, I'll see. So I'll catch you on my next update then, and thanks for watching. Yeah, and if you subscribe to my channel, I think you get notified when I do my next update. So thanks for watching then.